There's some powerful parallels between rock climbing and leadership, and I'm going to share with you just a few of the lessons that I learned from the 20-plus years of experience I've had as a student of both. And I'm thrilled tonight to be passing some of these lessons on to you. For a very long time, I've been a student of leadership. I've had the pleasure of acting in leadership roles on athletic teams, as well as practical experience in business, leading teams around the world developing products. I've also read dozens of books on leadership. I also love to climb rocks, and rock climbing has taken my wife and I on incredible journeys around the world. And it's from these adventures that I've extracted these lessons I'm going to share with you tonight about the parallels between rock climbing and leadership. So what does rock climbing have to do with leadership? Well, first of all, it involves teams of people. And in both, it's the role of leadership to set up a framework and inspire teams to get the best out of their talents. In both work situations and in climbing, teams of people come together to accomplish objectives. And it's not even clear sometimes to the team members whether they can accomplish those objectives. Well, it's the powerful brew of leadership and the talents of people on the teams that make the impossible happen. In business, we talk a lot about leaders having the fire in the belly. That's the drive to accomplish a business objective and do whatever's necessary to make it happen. It's a very important characteristic of a leader, but sometimes it burns the teams. One thing I've noticed in rock climbing, when climbers show up to the cliff, they want to give their best effort. And I truly believe this is true in the workplace too. Neither climbers nor people who work show up to do a half-hearted effort. And it's up to the leadership to inspire their human spirit. And one of the things I'd like to propose, I really don't like the term human resource management. I'd like to replace it with human spirit management. Who agrees with me? Give me a yes. We have to move from being umpires to coaches. Another thing, we have to listen to our teams. There's many stories from the mountains of Everest, K2, and Denali of leaders not listening to their teams, and often it ends in disaster. Often what's behind this is ambition and greed. And we as leaders need to remember that our teams extend our capabilities. And to think that we know more than our teams borders on insanity. Another thing I've noticed is climbing's not for everybody. And if you need climbers on your team and you don't have them, you better go out and get them. Because making a climber out of a sailor is a long uphill battle, no pun intended. But let's not forget we need Sherpas too. Sometimes we get so focused on people who create and sell products, we forget about and marginalize all the support people. The climbers never make it to the summit without the Sherpas. And passion unleashes the extraordinary. So when you're looking for people on your team, recruit for passion first. It trumps skill, it trumps knowledge. Nothing great has ever been accomplished without tremendous passion and enthusiasm. In climbing, it's incredibly critical that we understand the landscape. We use guidebooks to tell us where we're going and what we should expect. But nonetheless, we often encounter the thing that stops us in our tracks. We don't know what to do. And the same is very true of complex projects. Often, no matter how much we plan, we end up having a problem. And what teams really need of leadership is to jump in and help them make decisions to move forward. And leaders really need to balance accountability with support. One thing I've noticed when we plan projects, we recognize that there's risk, we recognize uncertainty, and we add a little bit of time on the end of it to account for that. Well, contrast that when I work on a very hard climbing route, I may fail 10 to 20 times before I succeed. That's a different mindset. If you want game-changing products, you have to have in your portfolio those projects where failure is seen as part of the process of being successful. I wanted to get a $10 haircut. And remember, there will always be goats. This one was from Greece. And goats are the people who undermine or doubt what you're trying to do as a leader. And as a leader, lead with your heart, lead with your principles, and they're a way better guide than any old goat. So what did I say? I said move embers from your belly to your heart. Use human spirit management. Recruit for passion first. Flip the risk for game-changing products, and never mind those stupid goats. So this is how to contact me if you want to talk more about it. The only thing I like more than talking about leadership and climbing is actually climbing. Have a great night.